Bumper's legendary Winston.
Hangzhou still on the Brigida for now, but maybe we'll get to see him swap a little bit later. Here we go. Hangzhou Spark. They've got that Pharmacy. Farm Mercy combo. When's the last time you saw Soldier 76 versus Soldier 76 in an Overwatch League game?
It's been a while, though, but with those buffs to his bullets doing 20 damage each a set of 19, overall, if you have excellent accuracy, it's going to be a big damage buff to the hero.
That's right. If you're able to land those shots, you're definitely going to be doing a lot more. Oh, Godsby, kind of on the side, trying to build up that EMP. On board with Sasson for the moment, though, as Hangzhou tries to take the point. We'll see, they've got a little bit less hit points to put on the point and kind of sustain with.
Yeah, Titans know how to play this too.
Yeah.
This is how you play with a tanky-heavy composition, take over the high ground, and then place your tanks on the point. But Godsby actually going to find out Bumper early on, so already an advantage.
Bumper's down, there goes Stitch as well. The Soldier v Soldier, it will be Spark perhaps claiming the point first. They're going to have to finish this fight and then charge up the control meter again themselves. It looks like they will be able to do it. Oh, Hangzhou killed with a sleep dart. You don't see that very often.
There you go. Twilight finished off late for the stagger after the point has been taken. Now, Twilight did manage to build up Nano Boost throughout that engagement. So a tool to use for Bumper here to disrupt players onto the point early on. However, look at the number of ultimates coming online for Hangzhou. Crucially, that EMP up and available for Godsby.
That'll be the big one, and if they can possibly find a way to use that as Titans rotate through here, hit a lot of people with it, could be devastating. Kushui does get stunned a little bit, gets that shielding from his E. You know, Godsby just waiting it out.
Nano Boost.
There's Stitch with the Nano Boost. He's got the Tac Visor too, coming out of the elevator, picks Sasson out of the air immediately. Kushui in big trouble as well. That's a great start for the Titans. Adora now getting focused down, getting the healing as well, though, so staying alive for the moment.
Really weird play there by the Hangzhou Spark.
Ooh.
You know, they open that up and they just let the Vancouver Titans get onto the high ground. Gushui goes in without the rest of his team, ends up dying. Sasson all alone up there and no use of the EMP.
Oh yeah, they didn't even get a chance to use that one. Oh, Biotic Field is a great ability. Stitch manages to barely stay alive with a bit of dodging. Kind of like playing DDR, has to stay on the mat, move back and forth. You don't die if you step off the mat in DDR, though.
That's true.
I guess you kind of die in the game, but not in real life.
All right, Godsby and Gushui now setting up for the EMP. Godsby thinks better of it and is going to come around. Gushui still looking possibly to roll up onto that high ground. Instead goes to the point.
Waiting for the Titans to commit here. Meanwhile, Spark putting a little bit of pressure on there via Gushui. And is he going to find the good EMP? Ah, that's a good one, I would say. Bumper already really low. Can they finish him? Oh, they didn't get the Lucio, though. Slime gets the sound barrier off in time, and Godsby is down. Meanwhile, Sasson trying to get something done with the barrage, but it's not going to work out. Titans all over him, and, you know, I can see where he thought he had the opportunity. Oh, no, look out. Oh, he can make back. Winston, look out.
You can play Frogger all you want, but you still get crushed in the end.
I don't think they had that giant rampaging ape in Frogger.
Would have made the game harder for sure.
It would have, yeah. Well, it wasn't hard enough already, right?
Well, that was just horrible from Hangzhou. They used 4 ultimates there and completely whiffed everything. No plan about how to use the EMP effectively. They're playing so passively with it. Instead of punishing Titan's approach or even their attempt to get the high ground, they use it onto the tanks. Meanwhile, somewhere else on the map, there's a nano-boosted Pharah barraging, doing absolutely nothing.
Yeah, the coordination has been a bit lacking so far from Spark. See if they can clean it up here. They did get 49%, so if they do take it back, they can make this one competitive yet. Vancouver Titans has a lot of ultimates to use here to defend. They're already up to 95%. Sleep dart. Oh, doesn't land. There's an Animus onto Stitch again. He's going to use Attack Visor. Just bull rushing his way through the Spark lines. Gets IDK up on the wall. Gushui down as well. The stun onto Stitch, but I think he's perfectly fine. Just drops that Biotic Field, and now overtime starting to expire. Spark just trying to keep the point alive. Hangzhou, low health. Stitch doesn't have another Biotic Field cooldown to keep him alive. Does have the rocket for Adora, though. And Spark scrambling. That's a, you know, it's a Bebe just trying to delay, man.
This is a stall trance.
That's right. It's a stall trance. IDK. And I mean the player, not my feelings about this round right now. Oh, gets knocked down, and he's going to take a nap. That should be about it. I think Vancouver Titans kind of savoring the victory on this one here.
Yeah, it's got to clear out Godsby on the Tracer. Bumper with another Primal. And there's a big difference between planning here between these two teams. Like, if you look at the way Vancouver's playing, when the Spark are attacking a point, Vancouver's saying, okay, what do we have? We have Nano Boost, we have Tac Visor, we have Primal Rage. So we're going to Nano Tac Visor, and then we're going to use the Primal Rage to push people into the Nano Boosted Tac Visor.
Right.
Meanwhile, you look at the Spark, and they've got a bunch of ultimates up, and they seemingly are just thrown out randomly and without any kind of coherent idea of how they're going, what a team fight win condition really even looks like.
Well, it's strange because, our series earlier in the day, we casted the Guangzhou Charge, and I feel like we're getting kind of shades of that from the Spark right now, where, again, we know they have a lot of talented individual players, but they just were not able to put that into any cohesive team play in the first round. So something to work on as we move into University now. See if Vancouver Titans take Spark to school.
Godsby did hack the health back in the middle of the point underneath, so we'll see if they do anything with that. That has been a popular option for heroes like that have vertical mobility, like the Winston or the Pharah, to drop down to get the extra healing.
Well, there was a point in time where both teams just immediately raced to hack the health pack on this map as fast as they could. It's been important in the past.
And a lot of these strategies with Sombra are changing because now the hack cooldown is halved if you actually hit a health pack.
Yeah, you do it a lot quicker than you used to. Vancouver Titans just spend more time on the point early on, and they will take the control percent first. Sawson trying to force the Vancouver Titans back again. Hawk on the outside looking in. Good kills on the Hawksall and Twilight. Titans finally having a few of their members isolated by the Spark, who are trying to take it back again. Vancouver Titans is trying to delay. Trying to get as much time as they can, waiting for that Zarya shield to end, and there goes Bumper. Stitch soon to fall, and so Spark will get some time on the point early on.
Yeah, they also get a pretty decisive ultimate advantage, too. Vancouver Titans were never really in range. Hangzhou really deciding on this scrappy skirmish style, so many of the Vancouver Titans player never really in range to deal a lot of damage. And Bumper's like, okay, enough of this. We've got to switch over to the Winston. Stitch says, we got to switch to the McCree right now because there's a Tracer and a Sombra that I need to flashbang.
Yeah, Sawson's doing well in the Pharah. That's something that they need to deal with. Godsby looking for the EMP that he couldn't land in the first one. Kind of lets him go past.
Yeah, he's waiting for them to engage, but instead he just gets hit and translocates. Godsby suspect on the EMP usage, we have to say so far.
It's confusing because he's been known as a good Sombra in the past. So there's the EMP. Gets quite a few of the Titans that time. Sets up Sawson for the barrage. Doesn't get any kills out of that. Meanwhile, the Pharmacy on the Spark side eliminated. Adora scrambling to try to make anything happen. Maybe a bit of damage onto Bumper. Maybe he can get him with the Pulse Bomb if he gets him low enough. He gets the Nano Boost.
Tracer, so Adora going to try and do something.
He actually
did get Twilight.
Oh, really? Wow, I didn't even see him there. Twilight. Wrong place, wrong time. And Hangzhou Spark will actually maintain control over the point.
Surprising given how that started, but Adora with a pretty critical kill onto the Ana, able to clean that up. Vancouver Titans, though, they are coming up on a lot of ults. They should easily take this next engagement. Hangzhou Spark are going to have to switch over to 3-3 after this, most likely.
Flashbang doesn't hit Godsby. Stitch still looking for more targets in the air now. Going to take out Gushui. He's in the air, it counts. And they're just going to take it back. Wow, Spark just donates it. What? That was a bit odd. Godsby down. Stitch hit with the sleep dart. Anyone going to protect the Cowboy? No? All right, he's taking that. It's all right, they're protecting him by eliminating the enemy team. Janu just going wild, gets the double boop on IDK and Adora.
God, they're just going to reset now, but what a strange fight. We're going to take a look at Janu there with the triple.
Yeah. Had a good play on the Diva that we'll see in just a moment here. Meanwhile, let's look at it. All right. Okay, that was a good start. No res for you. Nobody fly to Godsby.
There you go.
Too busy to let IDK fly up to him.
Well, you know who's not switching compositions, really? It's the Hangzhou Spark. They're keeping Godsby on the Sombra, despite the disappointing EMP usage we've seen so far.
He's nearly got another EMP. We'll see if he can make something better happen with it. Got an okay one early. Meanwhile, Sawson gets demeched just like that. Janu does find Adora down in the low ground, and now Bumper with his Primal Rage just cleaning up the rest of this one, and Titans only need to dedicate one ultimate to win that fight.
That was weird. Gushui was down below onto the health pack, but he was getting 1v1'd. It's like by Janu, who is also down there, just jumped out after he was low and immediately dies. So Hangzhou, they have to come back, and they're playing into 4 ults. It's going to be really, really difficult unless Godsby ends up with a good EMP, and you can see all the members of the Titans are split up right now. There's not a good EMP to be had.
They know the
especially
EMP
not
is a threat.
when you do that. Gushui lives,
Nice shield, actually. Gushui, I think that one got absorbed, actually.
It got absorbed by Sassen.
Yeah, that's right. Meanwhile, Sassen gets taken right out of his mech by Stitch's Bitter Revenge. The EMP comes through, and Twilight gets him with a biotic grenade. Almost looked like he was trying to give Stitch a hug there. All right, another last-minute Transcendence from Bebe, but it's another delaying Transcendence, unfortunately. Rather keep people alive with that one, and that will be the end of the map. Vancouver Titans winning a pretty dominant 2-0 on that one.
I mean, I think you can see that the Spark are outskilling the Titans in terms of some of these 1v1s, but when it comes to coordination, the Titans are just miles ahead, and Spark, you got to get more value out of those EMPs. That is a disaster.
Yeah, Titans kind of reading their minds there, too, knowing when the EMP was up, knowing when to separate. Good start for Vancouver. Let's see if Spark can tie it up when we come back.
The Overwatch League is powered by Intel. Game, record, stream without compromise on Intel Core i7. And by Omen by HP, the official PC and display of the Overwatch League.
Who's the funniest person in the team?
Bumper.
Today on Access Granted, driven by Toyota, I'm picking up Bumper and Janu, two of the newest players in the Overwatch League on the Vancouver Titans for the 2019 season. What would be a successful season for the Vancouver Titans?
적어도 저는 준우승, 적어도 2등.
Was there a lot of pressure with that much expectations you guys set on yourselves?
아니요. 그냥 저희는 옛날 컨텐더스에 있을 때부터 자신감이 있었기 때문에 딱히 막 그런 높은 장벽이라는 생각은 별로 안 했어요.
We did it. It's all getting out. Let's play some mini golf. All right, no cheating. You got to go up the ramp. Well, there it is. There it is. When did you guys know playing Overwatch that you guys would be like pros?
저는 런어웨이라는 팀이 있었는데 그 팀이 창시됐을 때부터 팀에 들어가고 싶었어요. 그냥 프로가 되고 싶었어요.
What's your favorite emote?
My favorite is Reynard, Everdown, and
How fun is it for you guys in game to land like one of those like massive combos where like he throws in his self-destruct and you land like a huge shatter and like you just see like 4 players just die.
늘 새롭고 짜릿해요.
Oh yeah, I can imagine. You did it. Let's get out of here, guys. That was fun. Car on. Belts on.
Let's go.
It was great getting to know Bumper and Janu today and get to play some mini golf and have some fun. That was Access Granted, driven by Toyota. We'll see you soon.
Welcome back, guys. Vancouver Titans getting the 1-0 lead over Hangzhou Spark. Things on Oasis going very well for our Stage 1 champions. And a bit confusingly for the Spark. You and I were talking a little bit about Godsby and those EMPs during the break, and it seemed like you had some good opportunities for some good EMPs, but the team never seemed to be there to help follow up.
Yeah, and also just giving up point control for free a couple times there. They did actually build up some decent percent, so you can see that the pieces might individually be there, but the Titans team were just smothering.
Seems that way. We're going to go to Hanamura next. As you can see, Oasis to a victory for the Titans. Now our assault map, Hanamura.
And likely we are going to see some different styles of composition here from the Spark, who have opted to defend first. And they are going to be running a Orisa-based composition, but with no Bastion or Batiste. Instead, Tracer, McCree, and Pharah. So, very interesting. We haven't really seen a lot of this style of play on Assault defenses yet.
Yeah, a lot of backline harassment, a lot of counter to the dive coming in, but it's going to be interesting to see where they put that Orisa.
Yeah,
it's
exactly.
Orisa
That's the
kind of by
question.
herself. Yeah, that's like how. All right.
The question is, why the Orisa here?
Yeah.
Why the Orisa? That hopefully we'll get an answer to that. Titans is going to scout really quick with a Wrecking Ball.
Well, they don't even have the McCree near the Orisa, really.
Wrecking
And
Ball just got...
He's going to get wrecked.
He just got stunned and
Yeah, look at
flashbanged
that.
in there. Adora's going to finish
All right.
him off, but you'll take that trade
Sure.
if you're the Vancouver Titans. 1-for-1, excellent for you with the faster respawn, but there's
So-
the resurrection coming in. ID key there.
Why run the Orisa McCree and then not have the McCree stay in the safe place?
They were trying to fool them into thinking they had a long-range hit scan or a Bastion, I think, and so that's why when the Wrecking Ball rolled in, they killed it. But what is Kushway going to do right now against this?
Running to the point as fast as he can. Oh, Janu misses the grappling hook. Could have maybe finished him off with a hit, actually, there. Meanwhile, gonna try to find him there. There's some damage onto Kushway. Kushway back to the point right now. Meanwhile, Godsby does take down Bumper, so a nice kill in the McCree versus Hangzhou duel.
I mean, is this what I guess this comp is just supposed to be as confusing and chaotic as possible?
Apparently so.
Because right now the Spark are covering all the corridors into the map, and Vancouver Titans are losing some of these 1v1s.
Well, that's what we talked about on the first map, actually, is that Spark was winning a lot of those 1v1s, but they were losing the overall team play. So, I mean, just do a comp, I guess, that forces you into a lot of small skirmishes. At least that's what they're trying.
Sleep dart.
Oh, hello. Oh, well, that's a nice thing to see when you come around the doorway. Saucing out of the way. Here comes a Deadeye. Can you find anybody?
That's just to cover the resurrection,
I would imagine.
which they didn't get. And then
then they lost IDK. Bumper down, though. Adora finds another one. Kushway has like 0 health, and it is the Titans coming out on top so far of this fight. Godsby, taken out by Twilight. Yeah, can't even get down to defend the point, and that should be A going to the Titans.
that looked like another sleep dart onto IDK during the resurrection animation. What a strange composition. I'm not sure what that was supposed to accomplish, because the problem they were running into is that the ideal counter for that was Rhine 3-3. So why would you force the Titans to play Rhine 3-3? That seems
Well, yeah, that's the thing.
contradictory to your desires.
You play Ryan 3-3, you just walk into the point, and you're like, all right, come at me, you know?
You don't want to force the best Rhine 3-3 team in the league to play Rhine 3-3. I'm not sure about that one. Godsby now on the Bastion.
That's right.
Positioning over the point, trying to rotate around where the Vancouver Titans will be unable to deal with this. And Vancouver might have some trouble, but...
Oh, especially with the supercharger.
Yeah.
Bumper shield's going to evaporate immediately here.
Trying to pull him out. Great
Yep.
biotic grenade there. No healing for Bumper. Didn't even get a tick on the point, so things going well.
Now this is
Vancouver
more like-
Titans are just stuck there now. How do they get their Reinhardt back into the mix?
No, I don't know. This is an interesting map. They're going to just try to rotate back.
They have
but they've
to.
got to deal with the Bastion again.
Yeah, they have to. They have to cover this doorway on the high ground so that Reinhardt can rejoin the team. Otherwise, there aren't very many ways for him to get there.
It looks like they have the right idea. Everyone's trying to run past. Running the gauntlet, they make it.
Readjustment Bumper here has got to back off right now in that corridor.
Now they can rotate down to the point. This is what they're going to do. Try to trap Spark in that doorway. Janu gets the nano
Godsby
boost.
has a nano boost as well.
Yeah, that's right. And it's going to be the self-destruct soon. No, Godsby goes configuration tank. Oh,
He
nice
slept.
sleep dart from Twilight again. Pushed back. It was enough disruption that they got him, but they lost Bumper in the process. So Hangzhou Spark has eliminated the tank at least, but Sassen's going to lose his mech. All right, amplification matrix through, but Janu just tosses his self-destruct right through it. More pressure from the Titans. Are going to drop the grab right on that wall. And now they're just dealing with the respawns. They've nearly taken it already. Godsby swaps over to the Tracer, takes a lot of damage already. Hawksaw, the gatekeeper, trying to just prevent them, and he does. Spark can't get back to the point. It's a pretty fast attack for the Titans.
What a strange game.
It was very odd.
That A defense, I'm not sure what the ideal way of playing it was going to be for the Hangzhou Spark. And Titans, they swap off the double sniper pretty quickly because there's no Bastion. So they could just realize they could just rush the point and stay there with Ryan 3-3.
All right, quick break, and then Hangzhou goes on the attack.
Coca-Cola is the official refreshment of the Overwatch League.
Spark about to go on the attack on Hanamura, clearly coming into the series with some plans specifically tailored for the Titans that they think will work, but so far not so good.
I don't know how that A defense is supposed to operate in a perfect world. It just doesn't seem to have synergy with the Orisa. There's no way to protect the Orisa. There's nobody the Orisa is protecting either.
Right. She's not really setting anything up in that situation.
No, and you also can't react quickly to the flanking plays like you could with a Winston. It seems like a very odd hybrid of two compositions and something we really haven't seen before. Hangzhou Spark now going to be going on the attack, presumably playing some DPS looks here. Vancouver Titans ready for it, though, with a Winston 3-3.
Okay.
It'll be hard to play flankers into this. It'll be easier to play a Widowmaker and a Pharah if they choose.
Gushue over on the Wrecking Ball. Last minute here.
All right, will they swap when they see that it's not Bastion? I think the answer is yes.
Seems that way.
They can play Rhine 3-3 here.
Adora on the Brigida now. Godsby on the Sombra. IDK. Yeah, Lucio, as you would imagine.
Rhine 3-3 is what they're switching to. Yes. Yeah. So they see the Winston 3-3, realize that they're going to have an advantage if they can get to the point. So go ahead and use that right now. See if they can snowball a small advantage.
All right, Vancouver Titans. Just doing what they're good at. Twilight had some pretty amazing play on the Ana in that last round. See if he can keep it up. Bumper just trying to build that as fast as he can. Ooh, nearly goes down. They got to keep him alive. That's a close call for Bumper.
Yeah, should be able to rotate around the back, get to the point, though. And there wasn't actually much disruption done by the Titans here, so they're trying to focus Gushue. He's getting really low.
Oh, they got Gushue. Man, you can't let that happen. And now the rest of Spark just trying to make something out of this, but one more kill and we might see them reset. Biotic Grenade comes in from Twilight. No pressure at all on him. Just getting all the healing in the world, and why not? Just toss the Sleep Dart in there. You never know what you're going to interrupt, right? Yeah. Bumper comes in with the Primal Rage now, and Spark completely scattered. Oh, goodbye. Experience the void. He actually did live.
Well, for how long now?
I mean,
you do have to marvel at the Titans' timing and prowess, though, because look at how they did that. So once they see Gushue's gone and they've eliminated him, they just wait. They sit back, they wait. wait for him to respawn, but not until he has enough time to get there, generate Primal Rage, then win another fight. They are just experts at drawing the maximum amount of time off the clock, and as you can see, it's already down to about half the time left, nearly only 2 minutes remaining here for the Spark, and that's just because the Titans timing. Twilight's going to try and get a sneaky grenade.
A grenade in the nano boost. It's there. Sleep Dart. Get some healing in onto Bumper there. All right, self-destruct from Janu, and he gets Gushui with that. Despite the Sound Barrier, the tank down again. Sound Barrier now for Vancouver. Hawksaw gets eliminated. Meanwhile, Bumper has the nano boost. His ultimate is all built up as well, too. He can Primal Rage at any time, and he might need to as the Spark are doing some damage. There's a Transcendence force out of Bebe. And now Bumper trying to find some environmental kills, or at least keep people off the payload. Or not the payload, the point. You get the idea. Either way, Hangzhou Spark able to kind of brawl their way to success there. That was a bit of a bold move having the Ana sitting right there. I don't know about that.
You can tell when the Vancouver Titans are feeling confident because they'll try things like that. They try and get surprising and win harder. Sometimes it works really well. Sometimes it doesn't work at all, as you can see, because the Sasin on the Diva came in first, was like, oh, here's an Ana. Let me just gobble up that Biotic Grenade and the Sleep Dart. And even though you do have that Graviton Surge, we have enough defensive support ultimates to weather the storm.
See, I like the hidden Ana if your opponent's playing Reinhardt and you can try to go for Sleep Dart on the Reinhardt to set up a shatter for your Rein, but it was Winston on the other side, so I'm not as much of a fan. Hawksaw gets the kill into Baby rather. Gets with the whip shot. IDK is down as well, and so no trouble at all for Vancouver here to end this first push anyway. Hawksaw taken out, but he'll respawn fairly quickly.
Yeah, especially with Godspeed dying. Just time for a quick retreat from Sasin.
Yeah.
Heading back to the rest of his teammates. Hangzhou Spark, they do have that Graviton, and that's going to be very important. Remember, there is no Zen on the side of the Vancouver Titans, and Slime doesn't have a sound barrier, so this is actually an excellent opportunity for the Spark.
That's a good point.
Can win on this push. They'll even things out when it comes to that time bank and be feeling pretty good.
Yeah, they'll probably have a little bit less, but still not a bad one at all if they can be above 3 minutes. Titans on the high ground for now. They want Spark to try to come to them, but Spark is just going to go to the point, force a reaction from the Titans. They really want to absorb that grab. Janu's waiting for it, man. It's going to be the rally. Grab does not get eaten. We'll see if Spark can convert this into some kills. Sasin goes ahead and uses that self-destruct, catches Stitch with it after he uses his own.
Big Bionic Grenade.
Can they get the kill? Ooh, Gushui down. Bio Grenade certainly helping out a little bit. Spark still with a few more people on the point. But again, it's all about those respawns. And again, Twilight finds himself in a position where he can just heal with impunity.
Now, you know, they haven't switched off Stitch, the Vancouver Titans, who is showing some really good Zarya skills himself. I mean, Summon Su was an excellent Zarya player for this Titans roster, but now Stitch coming in, he built that grab very fast after that attack from the Hangzhou Spark. And even though Spark realized that they did have this window, it disappears quickly. And now Slime has the sound barrier up. Should they get another Graviton Surge? But they are very far away from that with Godspeed only at 20% and 0 energy right now.
Yeah. It'll be a while. You could say that push only took them 1 minute, but really it's going to cost them about at least 2 to build up those ultimates again.
Yes. Probably longer.
Yeah, that's where it gets really tricky.
Twilight again.
In that situation, Twilight hiding one more time. The sound barrier gets used immediately. Stun on the Bumper, waiting for a chance to use that Earth Shatter, throws it down the stairs. Gets a few people with that. A little bit of pressure back on the point. Bumper responding, charging his way down there, trying to smack Gushui off the point. He'll do exactly that. IDK gonna get stalled a little bit. There we go. Tactical crouch.
Twilight asserting his dominance over IDK.
Gotta let him know. Yeah.
But that wasn't the gentlemanly way to do it, Dylan. That's 2.
No,
that was like 10.
A bit excessive. That's right.
Vulgar, even.
Let's watch that again. Hiding, yeah, just another nice Biotic Grenade. Gets 2 people with that one.
And
nice
the Sleep Dart.
Onto Gushui, too.
Twilight's having a great game, honestly.
Yeah, it's always been one of my favorite Anas to watch. For a long, long time. For years. Sasin taking a nap as well. Rally getting used by the Titans. They're going to get aggressive on this.
It just buys them time, right? You throw that Biotic Grenade down. Now they can't walk in. Incredibly annoying for them. Twilight dropping to the low ground right now.
Yeah, going to have to take a little bit of a walk back up. You're always a little bit stressed as Iana getting back up those stairs. Really hoping that the enemy doesn't get aggressive at that last moment. Oh, Janu again gets slept and stopped and slapped.
That he did.
Yep.
That he did. Another great sleep. There's a delay. Sasin out of the mech now. This has turned into a disaster for the Hangzhou Spark.
Sure has. Well, they've got a few ultimates. They're going to have Graviton Surge again, but this is really going to be kind of a do-or-die push if they decide to dedicate any ultimates to it.
They have to. This is Hangzhou Spark's last shot here, and unfortunately for them, Vancouver Titans have a lot of answers, but they don't have a sound barrier. So, possible high-value Graviton Surge here.
Right. Talked about it before. All right, here we go. Spark charging their end of the point. Oh, Adora gets hit with the Shatter. Immediately, Bebe responds with the Transcendence to keep people alive. Slime trying to build up that percentage. Godspeed has him zoned out. The grab's coming in for both sides here. Comes a self-destruct. No kills out of either of those, but Spark taking the lead in the fight. Bumper has a nano boost now, though. Able to sustain a little bit more, but Spark looking pretty good so far in this fight. Can Titans possibly get back there with their respawns? I don't know, man. I think Spark may have their number right here. Bumper charging through. Knocked down, knocked out. That's going to be, I think, about it. Now it's just about Titans eating up as much time as they can off the time bank. Can they push it into overtime? That would be huge. Can they possibly turn this fight around even? But Twilight going down on the Winston, it seems unlikely. Bumper trying to step on. There's a sound barrier again. Oh, that's a good Earth Shatter. But nobody dying because of it. All right, sound barrier. Slime being just as annoying as he possibly can be, but that will finally be it. So in overtime, the Spark do take 2 points.
And taking it in overtime is a good win right there for the Vancouver Titans. Held out at least long enough to accomplish that goal. So now the Hangzhou Spark have thrown it down 2-2.
That's right. When we come back, we'll see if the Titans can win it. Here we go. Vancouver Titans on the attack once more. That hold at the end of Hangzhou Spark's attack was so crucial because if you can force your opponent to take the point in overtime, that means if you have any time at all in the time bank, you get to attack first, and you only need that first tick on point A. So Titans, knowing that they're going to lose that point, but yet delaying long enough to give themselves a fantastic chance to win the map pretty easily and go up 2-0 in the series.
Well, also just gave them the opportunity to, at worst, have a draw, right? So,
yeah, that too.
Pretty good for the Vancouver Titans. They're going to check things out with a Wrecking Ball once again. They are going to see this same defense. So maybe we'll get a little bit more insight into what this defense is supposed to accomplish here, as, of course, again, the Vancouver Titans don't even waste any time this time. It is just going to be, now with a Moira.
But it will be Twilight, or on the Moira, that's right, yeah. A little bit more sustained. She heals for more, too, in the latest patch. They did buff her healing a little bit.
Well, it's also like, okay, well, we took some poke damage going into that room. Well, Moira just heals us all up. Now we just speed boost across the gap. Going to get displaced by the Pharah. Bumper doesn't actually care about that.
Moira much more evasive, too. A lot harder to pin down than the Ana if you want to get that 1v1 pick. And again, it's only one tick of the point that the Titans need. And if you try to fight this team one-on-one, there's just so much health to work through with all those squishy DPS on the Spark side. That's going to be Gushway going down. What do you do if you're the Spark now?
It's like the Spark have created the perfect composition to play Rhine Goats against.
I know. It's like, that's it, man. I mean, it's one of those things where you load up the GIF where it's like, I don't know what I expected. You know? Cue the Arrested Development GIF.
Very weird. Well, that's another win for the Vancouver Titans.
Pretty much, yep. They are 2-0 in the series. Halftime coming up, and we'll see if Spark can find anything to get going when we come back.
The Overwatch League is brought to you by T-Mobile. High ground or low ground, T-Mobile has you covered. And by State Farm. Whatever life brings your way, State Farm is here to help life go right. to halftime here in the Blizzard Arena. You can see the score. It's 2-0 for our undefeated Vancouver Titans, the squad that Josh here said is going to win every single match in this second stage.
They could do. They certainly could do. We could have multiple undefeated teams in stage 2, which is nuts to think about. But a lot of the teams that are looking great at the moment don't play each other. And actually, this was a team that I thought would give them the most
We thought
trouble.
the Spark were going to be a big challenge, and today we saw a new face. Sasson was coming in and causing problems, but Titans brought out a new face of their own. Stitch, who we've all known and loved back on Runaway, is back in action here in the starting lineup today. Let's take a look at what he was doing on Control Hex. Walk me through, because I know you've been watching this player for years. What are his strengths?
Well, generally you see him play a lot of McCree, very good hit scan player, good tracking here. Of course, tracking not needed, and this beautiful tracking the Soldier 76 visor right there. But just good positioning overall, enables plays behind his team. Didn't really get harassed too much by the Far and the Sky. Just they kind of kept their own distance away from each other, hit the shots they needed to hit.
And honestly, it looked like it was closer than it was, because they had to give up the point a couple of times, and then they would always just come back in with Stitch, and he would be able to take control. I mean, he only died once as Soldier 76 on Oasis. He did play a bit of McCree as well.
Yep.
He racked up a couple of deaths there, but overall, Titans completely in control.
Do we expect more Soldier 76 from this man throughout the rest of the stage, or you think this is just a trial?
I think that's a City Center specific strategy for the most part. I mean, well, not only that, but it works best on City Center that you can take the high ground very easily with the jump pad, and then it's always going to be able to shut down Faras.
Got it. Well, it was a quick 2 rounds that gives the first game to the Titans. That set up Hanamura for our second map. And Josh, I know you have something special to break down for us. What are our insights today?
Yeah, well, I haven't been able to break down that point A defense from the Spark, because who knows what they were doing. But this is what they were up to on point B here. This is kind of a classic point B defense. We've seen the Bastion, the Batiste a lot, and they can be posted up on a number of different locations. So the first location at the top, where that number 1 is, the number 2 over there, they can rotate back to, and number 3. To be able to get to number 1, they need the Symmetra, which is why IDK is now in the spawn room, because he's been on Symmetra and now had to rotate. And you can see how much pressure they can put on the point, but they can't touch it apart from their Diva. But if you actually try and engage onto Sashin, then you're just going to die. There's a torrent of fire coming down from that Bastion. And so when they try and actually engage and go to the point, they end up losing their Rhine. So then there's a bit of a back and forth. It's very difficult for them to be able to reconnect with Bumper, as Monty was pointing out during the cast. So I'll speed it up and show you when they actually do reconnect with Bumper, who's down at the bottom left.
Okay.
They're trying to force rotations around. So that number 2 position, they push them out of it, and they push them into the number 3 position. And it's the whole of Spark have to do this big rotate. And this allows the team, the Reinhardt-centric triple tank, triple supports team, to very easily be able to get onto the point and right up in their face. And it's a comp that a lot of teams struggle with, because they just blindly dash to the point, or they're not as intelligent with how they rotate around. But the Vancouver Titans are very, very precise with how they do those kind of things.
Powerful insights powered by Intel. Give it up for Sideshow, ladies and gentlemen. They're still awake here in the Blizzard Arena. I can't draw on the teleprompter like this guy can. He crushes it every time. Now, let's close out halftime with something special here. The Titans are coming off their biggest win yet after taking down the Shock in the Stage 1 finals. And if you missed it, don't worry. We've got you covered. Here's a look back at one of the greatest Overwatch matches in history. It's our latest edition of Inside the Comps.
There is a special spot in the book of esports history for champions here in the Overwatch League.
Okay. Yep.
Yeah.
The Vancouver Titans.
Look at these ugly, sloppy players.
마이크 체크하자. 본 사람한테 미안하지만 4대0 갑시다.
They're definitely scared of us.
Yeah, 100%.
I know they are.
마지막 기회입니다, 여러분.
Play our game and pummel these kids.
Yeah, let's go. Yo, 3, 2, 1.
파이팅!
Let's go, boys.
밴쿠버 하나, 둘, 셋. 밴쿠버!
Make some noise as we're heading to our Stage 1 final.
우리가 훨씬 잘해. 침착하게.
That's fine. We suck at that map. It's okay.
Yeah, that's fine.
Now we win.
Yeah.
Carry me! Nice!
It's our worst map and we won. Let's go.
So bad.
퍽같이 부조화 내가 부르는 거.
오케이.
Now, the kings of the jungle have to assert themselves.
루쇼.
Okay, sure.
아, 이건 진짜 아깝다. 이건 어떻게
Guys, we're so much better. better. Let's go.
Is this where it ends? Is this where the shock hold off the Titans?
야 가자 앞으로 갈게 할수 있어 나이스
내 표정 봤지?
야 칭찬하기엔 입이 아깝고 끝나고 칭찬해줄게.
오케이.
일단은 가자 17연승.
It all ends here on Rialto.
Nice, guys.
딱 1분이야 서울이랑 똑같아.
Remember the Titans though, they are still in a great spot to take this all the way here.
라인 보는 중 라인 자리야
아니 방심하지 말고 내 표정 굳었어. 확실히 막을 수 있어.
That was a haymaker of a round. The Shock, they only have 1 minute. 1 minute on this map.
We can still win, really.
야 리얼리
Really, I believe. Don't be scared, guys.
This is just a first point hold. That's all this is. That's just a full hold.
Now we know what the Titans need to do. It's simple. And the Vancouver Titans take what was promised to them. Your stage 1 champions.
GG.
Swagers.
I'm about to start crying, bro.
Good job everyone.
I'm really proud of you guys.
Good job.
Honestly, one of the greatest matches in Overwatch history. It went the distance, 7 games, and it was the Titans with the epic comeback. You can just see the emotion in that clip.
Yeah, unbelievable, honestly. It gives me chills watching that back because it invokes the same emotions as watching it live.
Esports got that great language. Fighting! Love it.
Yeah, it is. It's so
All right,
good.
well, let's close this one out with a discussion about Vancouver for the big picture, right? They're 7-0 throughout stage 1. They won 3 matches, so that's a 10 streak if you count the playoffs. But now they're looking for another win here today. They need just 1 map. But the bigger question here is, I think they're going to get it. Are they going to continue to be perfect throughout stage 2, Hex? Are they the favorite to win it all?
I got a Maddenism for you. They are until they aren't. No one's beat them, right? Like, so yeah, they're the favorite.
I think there's a very clear top 3 in the league at the moment. Titans, NYXL, and then obviously as well, you've got the Shock. And so for these teams that they've lost to at the moment, or the teams that have lost to them, there's no shame in getting smacked around by these guys.
There's a little bit of shame.
I don't know, man. Fusion, Charge, Spark, they could be good teams, but they're just getting bopped at the moment on the stage. So very difficult because the top 3 is just so good at the moment.
Final question for the fans. Does anyone have faith in the Spark tonight? Alex does. We got a few people here in the front row showing some Spark love, guys. Don't go anywhere. We'll find out. Can the Spark mount the comeback against our number 1 team? Unlikely. We'll see if they can pull it off after this.
They don't just play for a team. They play for every fan, every rival, every moment, every match. And when everyone watching expects the best, they perform with the best.
Welcome to Assist of the Week, presented by State Farm. The Vancouver Titans were looking to close out a clean 4-0 against the Seoul Dynasty on Rialto. Now, all Zarya players know the frustration of ulting into a diva, so Bumper earth shatters her to the ground. So Mansu follows up with the Graviton Surge on the entire team, and this sets up Janu for the dunk from behind.
The self-destruct, and that is a great knockback to set up the triple kill for Janu there. Vancouver Titans again just instantly eliminating Seoul.
Welcome back. The Vancouver Titans up 2-0 over the Hangzhou Spark, and it really could not look much more dominant than it has. I mean, Spark throwing some very confusing looks at the Titans, but in a way, sort of kind of playing right into their pockets, you know?
Yeah, it's also odd. I mean, not only was that point A defense, I mean, garbage. It was garbage.
Whoa.
I don't use that word very often, but it was. I mean, we see the Hangzhou Spark using that Sombra, and they only have a 43% win rate when they use EMP, including last stage. So they're actually really bad at using EMP as well, and yet they continue to use it.
As you can see, Rhea subbing in for Sasson. Maybe that'll help the Spark make a little bit of progress in the series. We'll see. We're going to Kings Row next, so we enter a hybrid map.
Yeah, to talk more about the EMP usage, they actually win 5.2% fewer team fights when they use EMP than when they don't use EMP. And you can really see that the team's coordination around that EMP was pretty lacking.
True enough. Well, even if it had been practiced, they need a bit more, seems like. But enough about that. We go to Kings Row, our hybrid map right now, where Hangzhou Spark will go on the attack first once again. And we will see if Titans get a good defense.
I mean, it's just going to be a Reinhardt 3-3 defense from the Vancouver Titans, as expected. Hangzhou Spark. I mean, until somebody can crack these 3-3 defenses from the Titans, they're just going to keep running them because they're the best in the league at executing these compositions.
Yeah, why not? If it's not broke, don't fix it. Or if it is broke, use it, I suppose.
Well, here we go. Sombra again. Seems like a good idea.
Yeah, they're going to give it a try. Like you said, a lower win rate.
When they use EMP.
Win rate when they EMP in the fights, which is mind-blowing. They're going to go back and swap. Okay.
So they see the Ryan 3-3, and now they're going to switch over to, let's see.
3-3?
Ryan 3-3. So they're going to take away the Sombra right now. Thought they might try and take advantage with, say, a Far or something here, but that's not going to be... Okay.
Whoa, all right. Then sometimes you just kill Hawkstone with Fire Strike. That works. Well, Spark finding a pick.
You're going to at least give up 2 ticks right now if you're the Vancouver Titans. So you're probably going to try and re-engage as Hawksall returns. He's going to get taxied back by the Lucio, so they will try and fight this.
Yep, one last fight.
Here we go.
For Titans on point A, they're going to go in. Janu goes ahead and touches. Bumper trying to move forward with that Zarya shield. Ultimate-wise, not a lot for either team at the moment here. It's just a straight-up fight. Janu does get demeched by Godsby. Nice shot with that. Bumper's still there, though. They got to dislodge that Reinhardt. Adora getting a little bit low here. And here comes Bumper with the charge, going deep, taking a lot of damage, though he gets the Zarya shield in the end. Now Stitch gets knocked down by the Shatter, and that's going to be another kill for Gushue. Hawksall goes ahead and dedicates the rally to this. They're going to try to keep fighting it. Getting closer to some ultimates now. Godsby, though, starting to roast everybody. Full charge on that Zarya.
And that's the price you pay, Doa, when you actually get a Fire Strike kill like that early against you. The Vancouver Titans, Hawksall's positioning punished by Gushue, and then they have to execute this complex defense where they have to run the Lucio back to help get Hawksall back in with the Brigitte. They have to engage before those 2 heroes even get there just to stall out the point. And then you end up in an ult deficit situation. Hawksall only at 11%. Adora already with a rally. So this one elimination has now turned into a really big snowball for the Spark.
It's one of those things where if you have supports like Brigitte, if I hold that thought anyway, it's going to be another grab used by Hangzhou Spark. Self-destruct comes in, no kills out of that one though. Sound barrier as the grab comes out for Titans as well. They try to respond. Bumper low though. They got to keep him alive and they can't quite do it.
I mean, big bio grenade, but it's not going to be enough.
Yeah, Bumper's over-aggression again kind of delivers Spark a team fight win. And like I was saying a little bit ago, if you have supports like Twilight on the Ana, Hawksall on the Brigitte, those are supports that can't really heal themselves in most situations. So if they take some damage, and the other supports aren't on the ball with that, you can get those picks with a high damage ability like Fire Strike.
Yeah, certainly can. Now, Nano Boost is going to be available. Are they going to put it on a bumper here is going to be the question. Sleep Dart goes in.
Yeah, Sleep Dart onto Adora. They're going to at least prevent the stuns, but Bumper down again. Just going in there and getting wrecked. Hangzhou Spark pushing forward. Now Hawksall is going to get the Nano Boost. They're going to give it to him. They get caught up, though, in Godspeed's Graviton Surge. Hawksall dies immediately afterwards. Titans getting a little bit silly here on this defense. Easy point B take for Hangzhou.
I mean, they can't really do anything else, though. I think that's the scary part, is Hangzhou, they've gotten themselves together, and they punish that advantage super hard. I mean, that one elimination on Hawksall has now been snowballed into 2 points and 4.5 minutes left on point C.
Yeah.
This is the kind of play you want to see from the Spark.
Well, they certainly seem to be a bit tighter, playing a bit more of what they played in stage 1. Stitch really close now to the grab. Has to dodge that self-destruct. Shield himself. Oh, but he gets stunned by Bumper.
Yes, grab.
Or stunned as
And
well as
he's
Bumper.
dead.
Earth Shatter in there. Yep. Tanks down, and that's going to be Spark pushing forward again. Titans just seem totally unprepared.
Yeah, Stitch died with the Graviton Surge. How are they going to stop this? This is a lightning-fast round from the Spark.
Janu trying his best to do just that. A few ultimates coming out. Bumper drops a shatter.
Okay.
Adora knocked down, and they're not going to get to the point. All right, then. Well,
superb. That was superb play from the Spark. You put
How does
Rhea
Book at
back
the
in.
Gets?
I don't know if Sassen had nerves, wasn't playing that well, but now Rhea returns into this team, and Hangzhou Spark just blitz through King's Row.
yeah, quick break, and then Vancouver tries their hand at attacking.
Coca-Cola is the official refreshment of the Overwatch League.
Well, they put in Rhea, and they have a devastatingly good attack run on King's Row. So I'm not saying it's Rhea, but it's Rhea.
I mean, they only had one player eliminated on the Hangzhou Spark side that entire push, and that was IDK once.
Yeah.
So,
And obviously it was more than Rhea. It was also Hawksall.
yeah.
Getting taken down, and he did have a rally early on in that point A fight, but it didn't help them much because they had to spend so much time getting him back to the point. Couldn't properly set up.
Yeah, rough. I mean, what do you say? Like, that was a weird situation. But honestly, the advantage was taken by the Spark, and they just ran with it through the whole point A, point B, and point C.
Yeah.
So good for them. That's the kind of play that you want to see from teams.
It's Godspeed back on the Sombra for their defense.
Uh-oh.
Trying to get tricky yet again. It's one of those things where even if you lose point A quickly, though, you can always make that swap. So it's not the end of the world. It's not like an assault point or anything.
But will they make that swap? Ryan
I
3-3
don't know.
for the Vancouver Titans, and you can see Godspeed already found out there. It does have to translocate away from Janu.
Yep. Meanwhile, just a Reinhardt 3-3 from Titans as they go on the attack, getting really aggressive on the Spark right now. Stitch does get hacked, but just doing the damage that he can. Not able to apply some of those bubbles, though, and that might have cost Janu his mech.
Yeah, but they did get... Oh, okay.
Oh, Godspeed. He's
Godspeed
down.
just gets whip shot
Yeah, Hawksall
by
finds him.
Hawksall on the high ground. And now, how are they going to re-engage here with Janu remeked as we speak?
That's going to be tough. Going to be real tough, and that's going to be point A taken instantly by the Vancouver Titans.
Titans, as usual, answer a challenge by coming back harder and even more impressive than we see them normally.
Yep.
Knowing that they have to make it through this map in very fast time.
Well, they've nearly got the Earth Shatter for Bumper. They're going to have the rally for Hawksile right now. So they've got some tools to work with. Hangzhou Spark, similar in a lot of those. Rally as they get aggressive on the Gushui. And the back off. Oh, tries to go for the Shatter. Actually, it's going to be Bumper that does it, delivering a few more kills over to the Titans, and that's an easy teamfight win to start things off.
Yep, just go ahead, use the rally, charge at them early. If you see that you can force that Sombra to translocate, you need to take the 6 versus 5 advantage while you have it.
Yeah.
EMP is available, and Godsby's still lurking on this flank. He is going to try.
I mean, Spark's got so many ultimates here. They should be a shoo-in to win this next fight and at least stall out on B.
Watch
Godsby's
Twilight's
EMP,
positioning
though.
here. He's got the trance.
Yeah.
He's going to hide in the subway tunnel.
Oh.
They're going to get everybody. They're going to get everybody.
Oh, he gets stunned. Yes, translocate out again. Are you kidding me? A door down immediately, too. And it just seems like Godsby cannot find a good EMP in this series. Goodbye, Rhea. Twilight even kills him at the end of all that.
Watching the Spark play Sombra is honestly tragic from a team fight perspective. They can never set it up. They're never in position.
Certainly seems that way so far. And the thing is like Godsby is known as a Sombra player, and it may not even really be him. It's the team. You know, it's a group effort in this situation. If you're going to get a good EMP, you need people to be able to follow up. All right, there's the EMP self-destruct. Catches IDK, the Pumper, 2 with the Fire Strike. Twilight grabs another one as well. That EMP did nothing. And they are rolling towards an incredibly quick time here. I don't even know if Spark can get anyone onto the point. They barely do with Godsby on that Tracer. IDK, though, can't follow up, and that was definitely one of the fastest times we've ever seen on King's Row.
I don't think the Sombra's going to work today, Noah.
I don't think it is either. I think if you're Spark, you give up on the Sombra at this point.
It's time to give up on Sombra.
The Titans rolling with laughter over there, man. We'll see what happens when we flip into Time Bank after this. Hey, guess what, guys? That was a new attack record for King's Row just set by the Vancouver Titans. It literally doesn't get any faster than that.
We waited that whole map for that EMP after it was denied, and then it comes out and it does nothing, and Bumper kills him with a Fire Strike.
Yep.
Truly amazing.
This is me clapping. Spark on the attack. Still a ton of time in the time bank for them. So we could still go a ways on this one. It all depends on if Vancouver Titans can tighten up that defense, and I think they're going to be a little bit more aware of Hawksile's health this time around.
Well, we finally got the answer to what is the sound of easy clapping, and that was it from the Vancouver Titans.
Yes, so.
Well, Hangzhou Spark will now try again. They did have a very fast time, however, still beaten by the Titans.
All of that was based on a really early pick on the Hawksile, though, and you know Vancouver's going to be safer this time around about it.
Yeah, still. You do have to respect the Hangzhou Spark's ultimate economy and punishment, because the punishment went through the whole map, so credit to them.
And they are not playing Sombra this time. They didn't on attack either last time anyway, but still bears mentioning. Bumper going forward. Stitch getting a little bit more Zarya charge out of his bubbles. Bumper a little bit low there. Gotta be careful.
That's a lot of poke damage, but you know, the Ana on the other side giving the tanks better overall healing. You see how the Spark have to wait because their healing without being engaged in combat with Brigida is going to be lower with the Lucio and the Zen.
Our Earth Shatter throws it down. It's a couple,
trans.
but maybe not enough. Yeah, they do get the Transcendence out of it at least. Into combat now. Nano boost onto Bumper as he walks forward. Try to get a bit more damage.
Uh-oh.
Rhea.
That's a big grenade.
Yeah, Rhea in trouble. A little bit of anti-heal, but the Spark managed to disengage. Close call, but they get out. A lot of time eaten up off the time, though. Time bank.
So Godspeed does have this Graviton Surge, and Slime has yet to get this sound barrier, so Hangzhou Spark are going to have an opening very narrowly where they can use a grab just to mega punish the Titans, but they have to find a position where they can do it from.
They should. Stitch just drops a grab right in their faces, man. They're going in on it. Godspeed, everybody down, and yeah, that bio grenade from Twilight setting up an easy team fight win there. IDK escapes, but that's about it.
Yeah, Vancouver Titans don't feel like giving them that window. Why not use the Graviton Surge aggressively? You have that biotic grenade. Twilight is having such a good match. Look at this. He's almost nearly at a nano boost again. His sleeps, his grenades have been excellent.
Yeah.
Excellent.
It's really bold of the Titans to just throw the grab right in there, too. Some aggression that Spark may not have been prepared for.
Okay, through Hotel now. Lots of ults for the Spark, nearly at 6.
All right, tries to go for a shatter, but Bumper takes a lot of damage in return, backing off now. Godspeed still has his own grab to use. All right, there's a sound barrier as the Titans re-engage now. Nano boost used onto Hawksall as he pushes forward to get that healing in there a little bit more safely. Johnny with the self-destruct. Self-destructs on both sides, but Rhea, the only one dropping as he was out of his mech for a moment. Now it's going to be Bebe with the Transcendence to try to keep this push going, but Twilight having none of it with a kill on IDK. That's Sleep Dart. That's right. Hangzhou, again, without more members of their team, and Vancouver Titans, despite losing Bumper, are doing okay in this fight so far. If they can stretch this fight out a little bit longer, too, they can give Bumper time to get back.
Yes, they can. And as we see Vancouver Titans, they're sitting on another Graviton Surge. IDK fortunately has a sound barrier to help deal with that, but they're going to have to commit it just to stop the Graviton. And Vancouver Titans overall looking healthier in the ultimate economy.
I would say so. This would be a pretty titanic hold, too. Nearly 4 minutes on the clock for Spark, and Titans have not let them get a single tick yet. Stitch with another grab. Might just walk up and do it. He just walks up and throws it, man. They're going to try to get the grab onto Gushui, taken for a ride by the charge, and that sound barrier doesn't matter. And the return shatter from Bumper as he turns back into the fight might set up the win for the Titans, or at least the full hold here. In time bank, Stitch walking in with the nano boost now, doing a ton of damage. And can Spark get back to the point? They're trying to do it. They managed to contest just at the last moment, but overtime expiring already. Gushui back into the fray. Sound barrier now, and that's good because that shatter hit a lot of people. Bumper low, can they keep him alive? Gets a shield up just in time, but now the grab comes in from Spark as well, and it looks like they might just be able to get that point A in the nick of time anyway.
Stitch is still killing
they lost
people.
Gushui, though.
He's going to get a grab.
Adora down now, and yeah, you're right, the grab again for Stitch available, and they're going to turn it around. Stitch with another nano boost on him from Twilight. He's got a never-ending supply, and that's it. Spark can't get anything in time bank.
Titans are just so good. When you look at the way they set up these fights, it's like, okay, what do we have available to us, right? Bumper is having an awesome time right now.
Well, they just used up like 4 minutes, man. That was a great hold.
Yeah, and it's just like they know they have the shatter, so they set up. They know they need to eliminate Gushui right away. So they focus down Gushui to set up the shatter, which then chains into their ability to generate the rest of their ultimates. They always have such an excellent idea when they go into a team fight of how they're going to sequence their abilities and what is available to them and what is available to their opponents. And their efficiency is just nuts.
If you're the Spark too, man, I mean, you turn to the right, you can see those opponents sitting across on the other side of the arena. You can see them just laughing their heads off, and that cannot feel good. Titans. See what they got on the attack. They only need that one tick, so we might see something a little bit funky here.
I am curious if they're going to go with this. Sometimes they do like to style on people, putting Hawksall on his signature Genji pick from many years past.
Well, quad DPS at the moment from the Vancouver Titans.
Bumper's going to be on Pharah. This would not surprise me at all. They're definitely going to at least try this.
Yep. Will it be as good as his Hangzhou? That's my question. All right,
I think it will be good enough.
The Bumper Pharah.
I think it will be good enough.
The coaches have said maybe if you get far enough ahead in the series, you can play DPS Bumper.
Let's be very clear. Genji is horrible against what the Hangzhou Spark are running. Like, who does he go on to, really?
He just pokes until he gets a blade and then becomes a hero, you know?
I guess that's going to be it.
Yeah, I mean, he's already a hero in the game, I guess, but like a
if
real-life hero.
Can't go up against Gods. Okay, well, IDK is dead.
Twilight getting bloodthirsty early on anyway. They only need one tick. They're halfway there. Bumper goes aggressive. He's like, this is my time. I'm transitioning to DPS main.
He's going for Godsby.
That's right. Let's fight the 1v1 versus Arya in the hallway. Oh, he gets a direct hit onto Bebe. Oh, baby. All right. Justice reigns from a very silly place. Godsby gets Bumper and Slime, though. This one might get pushed back a little bit here. I think it might. Janu there. All right. Nanoblade. Can he do it?
Grenades already on them.
He can indeed. There's go Gushue. Adora, welcome back, Hawksall. Godsby, though, returns with a couple kills of his own. This is insane.
Bumper's still there with the rockets.
That's right. Well, he has not yet built a barrage, but he's getting there. Don't worry.
I mean, you know what? They're going to be fine. They're going to have the faster respawn times. Here come 5 members already. Here's the 6-1 Bumper respawning right now. So they're going to be able to zone them out very effectively. Stitch getting behind on the Sombra.
Will Bumper get a barrage before the end of the map? That's what I'm wondering. Oh, maybe. Okay, now he's got a chance. All right. Gets Gushue there.
Yeah, well, all right. You know what? The rest of them got out. So the fact that they got rid of the tank means that it's even easier to zone the Hangzhou Spark off of this point.
He's got the barrage now.
And they only need that one tick, right? So when you get rid of a tank, you can't stand on the point anymore, and that's what the Vancouver Titans are going to try and deal with.
The greatest play in Overwatch League history about to happen. The Bumper barrage, it gets used, and he kills. No, he immediately dies to his own rockets. What a guy. Slime.
Okay.
Ulting as well. All right. And now they only have 3 minutes left, guys.
Okay, I think they're going to have to change now.
Yeah.
I
now,
think
here's where
the trolling is over.
That's right.
Okay, it is over.
There you go. He just wanted that barrage. I'm telling you. That's it.
Well, the Hangzhou Spark successfully did not get disrespected by the Vancouver Titans.
Yeah. That's true. Well, the fact that they could do that.
Cheering for them not being disrespected. Amazing. I love it.
I'll take it and get it this way. All right, Stitch with the EMP immediately. Sound barrier gets used. IDK didn't get caught by it. Hawksall with another Dragon Blade. When's he going to decide to use it? Hanging out by the statue. Twilight's a ways away.
Here we go.
Here we go. All right, no nano boost with this one. Just an old-fashioned blade. Adora down, denying Hawksall the dash reset from Bumper's Fire Strike. Thanks a lot, Bumper.
Okay, they're going to back off right now. They know they need to get Bumper back, and again, they are going to have that respawn advantage because Adora has to make it back from spawn. Okay, they are going to full switch now.
All right.
Janu's done. He's going to switch back to D.Va.
I mean, you've got at least a draw here. So Titans know they've won the match already.
Do you think the Titans coaches tell them in these scenarios, like, okay, at 2 minutes, you have to switch back to Ryan 3-3?
I don't know. Hawksall down already, though. It's going to be Gushue with the Primal Rage, pushing back the rest of the Titans.
I mean, to be fair, this is actually meaningless because even a draw right now is going to be a match win for the Titans.
Yeah, the Titans already won the match. Because even if they draw here and Spark wins the next map, that's not enough wins to tie and force a game 5. So the Titans know that they've already got this one. This is already a W in the books, right? So this is kind of an extended victory lap rather than just map 4. Here we go, through the hotel. And Bumper does have that shatter. A lot of ultimates, so for Spark. Ooh, 2 people shattered on the Spark. No kills out of that yet, though. Gushue getting a little bit low, but gets healed up again. Self-destruct coming in. All right, they keep Stitch alive for the moment. They gave him the nano boost. Got a little bit of health back, trying to build up that grab as fast as he can. Gets the D-Mech onto Rhea, and with no D.Va to worry about, you can just throw that grab in there anytime you want. Hawksall down. Bebe with the Transcendence, forcing Titans out for the moment, but they've got the numbers advantage now. At least they did. Janu D-Mech'd. Gushue again with a pretty good Primal Rage to push the Titans back.
Big shatter! That's a 5-player shatter!
There it is. Okay. Took a little while. They're down to 20 seconds out of 5 minutes left. But the Titans are finally going to win King's Row. That's the series. One more map to go, but the Vancouver Titans playing with their food a little bit on that one.
Yeah, this was
entertaining.
This is quickly turning into the Overwatch equivalent of the Achilles dragging Hector behind his chariot around Troy, so...
True, yep. That's exactly what I was thinking too, Mon.
Iliad references.
Yeah. Oh. Oxal's like, well, I got a 4K with my blade, I think. We'll take a break. When we come back, map number 4. Don't miss it.
The Overwatch League is powered by Intel. Game, record, stream without compromise on Intel Core i7. And by Omen by HP, the official PC and display of the Overwatch League. Coca-Cola is the official refreshment of the Overwatch League.
Welcome back to this wonderful comedy special we call Vancouver Titans versus Hangzhou Spark. They're 3-0 in this series. And, well, if King's Row is any indication, we're in for an exciting roller coaster of emotion with map number 4.
I really like the Titans because what other team would set an attack record on King's Row and then try and style on somebody for 5 minutes and then, of course, just win in the final push? Why not? Why not? You love the showmanship.
Bumper was just like, you got to give me that barrage, man. I couldn't perform on Hangzhou. I need to show my DPS skill.
I'm incredibly impressed that they know exactly the right times to sort of switch over to provide the adequate cushion to still make sure that they win.
Yeah. Well, there we go. Bumper's Forest stats. The card everybody wanted.
His barrage killed himself.
That's true. He needs 1 kill on the barrage himself. That's right. 3 deaths. Look at that. Wow, that's amazing. Average time to ult, 148.
Yep.
Probably not the greatest far we've ever seen. Better than his Hangzhou stats. I'll give him that. He's improving as a DPS player. That's the biggest story with Bumper this stage, I think. Yeah.
He's improving on his projectile
He's definitely
DPS.
been practicing. Yeah. You can tell.
Well, you know, the series has been surprisingly fun.
It has. Usually you get upset if it's not like really good.
No.
You do like people destroying other people.
I do. That's what I like. I do. You know, and we did get
What a
that
wholesome
twice.
guy.
We did get this twice today, right? When we got to cast the San Francisco Shocker
That's
earlier.
true.
I actually am highly entertained by God Kings destroying peasants. So, you know, this is a great match for me in
You
particular.
like cheered for Xerxes at the end of 300.
I did.
It's like, yeah, finally.
Guess
Take
who
that,
won?
Spartans.
Xerxes.
Well, only in that one.
Temporarily.
He lost later. Yeah,
he did.
That's true.
He did lose later.
Yep, there you go. Well, we got a substitution. On that note, we have a substitution coming in, and it's Repel coming in for Twilight. That's right.
Twilight deserves a rest. He's been absolutely amazing. This
Twilight
series.
has been incredible. Yeah, nothing but serious, amazing autoplay from him all match long.
Where's Hureg?
Yeah, where is Hureg?
This
Come on.
is the time for Hureg.
That's right. Hashtag do it for Hureg. Yep. Well, whatever. Map number 4 coming up. We'll see if the Spark can get a win here on this one, but it's not looking likely, judging by how things have gone so far. And, you know, one can only hope that the Titans can finish their attack around very quickly and then can show us ridiculous things. But you do got to feel for the Spark a little bit. Again, I feel like there's a lot of parallels between these guys in charge, actually, where you have a lot of individual talent that just hasn't been able to be combined into good team talent.
Yeah, we know that the individual talent exists on both the Spark and the Charge.
We're not just saying that to be nice.
Yeah.
We wouldn't say that to be nice.
I would never be nice unless I really meant it.
Yeah, unless you absolutely had to be. Yeah. You look at players like Gushue and Godsby, like these are really good Overwatch players, IDK as well. But it's just not coming together. You know, the cohesiveness just isn't there right now.
Yeah. And also, it just seems like some of the team comps they were using were just never going to be effective against the Titans, so...
Yep. Pretty much. Well, we are going to Gibraltar. That will be the final map in this series. The Vancouver Titans have already locked things up a little bit. They're getting the win, but map score matters, right?
That King's Row is just, it's deeply fascinating to me because...
It was a true display of power is what it was.
Exactly. It just says so much about the Titans. Like, you look at that match and you think to yourself, oh, wow, look at the Spark. Look at how fast the time they have. Nearly 4 minutes left in the time bank.
Yeah.
They punished that mistake so hard. You know what happens with the Titans? No problem. Just come back fastest time ever on Kings Row and Overwatch League. It's like Game 7 against the San Francisco Shock in our stage final. It's like, oh, wow, you know, Shock made a good time. Guess what? Rialto. Titans come back fastest time on Rialto ever. It's like when you really push them, they just get better. It's crazy.
They're like a Dragon Ball Z character, man. They're definitely like a Saiyan or something where it's like you knock them down, they're like, oh, well, I guess I'll have to take off these 5,000-pound training weights now. And
that was a Naruto character, to be fair.
No, Goku wore
Goku wore the training weights too. Yeah. Well, but the
You're trying to pretend you know more about anime than I do? Really? Mr. Overwatch League is not an anime?
Just because it's not an anime doesn't mean that other things aren't anime or being able to be appreciated.
Anime is anime, I suppose.
Yeah, exactly.
That's true. Let's just not talk about the Cowboy Bebop live action thing. That just makes me sad.
Yeah, makes everybody sad.
Ugh, and ill as well. Sad and ill. Well, Repel down early. Welcome to Overwatch League. Godsby with a kill there. And Hangzhou Spark stopping Titans cold early on.
I love Overwatch ragdoll physics. So good.
They are fun.
Well, quick cleanup there from the Hangzhou Spark. Godsby lasering down a support to start things off.
Identical comps between both teams, going for that Winston 3-3.
Yeah, it has been really popular, especially on point A here. And part of that reason is it transitions so well into point B. Playing Rhine 3-3 into point B is sort of a disaster because the Winston can cover all 4 choke points with the leap. So you pretty much, very difficult, I think, to play Rhine 3-3 on B. So also with the high ground on A.
Yep. Oh, Janu, demeched already. And Titans, again, not really making much progress yet. A lot of ladders sitting around on this map.
Well, Repel is living up to his name. By dying first, he's repelling his own team's attacks on the payload.
It's a different kind of spelling for Repel, though.
It is. It is a different spelling.
Oh, bumper.
Let me have my jokes.
All right. Sorry, I'm much too serious. I definitely need to lighten up. Bumper, Primal Rage. It's time. Low health members all across the Vancouver Titans, but maybe Bumper can get something done here. He's just going to juggle Godsby for a while. Stitch gets a finishing blow, and now the payload finally moving.
They are going to have time, though, I think, to get this respawn in. We'll see how long it takes. Are they going to touch? Respawn comes through now. And
they're trying. Gushue looks like he's waiting for it. Rhea comes down as well.
Stall self-destruct to get the Zarya there.
Yep, Stitch, though, waiting for the grab. Gonna go ahead and just toss it in there. Why not? No Diva on the other side as the self-destruct was used, and there's a double kill for Janu. On the Gushue and Adora. Goodbye, Godsby, and that's going to be point A for the Titans as soon as the cleanup finishes.
I mean, nothing they could do there, really. No sound barrier for IDK to provide them with that necessary protection. So Godsby,
the split spawn. That's rough.
Oh, are they not going to die?
Gets away. Well, does
Actually,
he get away?
Yeah, he is going to get away. Okay, so it's not so bad.
Close one. Yeah, usually when your spawns are split up, as in the point is taken and you still have a couple people coming out of the old spawn doors, you can lose some members of your team early and then lose a lot of progress on that one, but Gushue able to make it out, luckily, for the Spark.
Still, Titans able to take the high ground. Huge advantage in the shuttle phase.
We've seen that before. All right, Godsby with the grab again. Waiting for a chance here. They're going to use the sound barrier. You might not even need to use the grab on this push. Or in this fight, rather. We will see. They're kind of waiting out Bumper's Primal Rage right now, but he's got like no health left. Yeah, they can just chase down everybody now. Bumper, Stitch, no health remaining really.
Yeah, pretty good value there for the Spark as well.
Yeah.
It's very important for the defense. Oh, wow, he's still going, Gushui. Looking for some more advantages. Will get booped out. Does have his cooldown reset on his jump, though, after falling out of the animation for his ultimate. And now they are going to go back. So defensive advantage here on Gibraltar B is pretty significant because of how fast you can react to people coming through these chokes.
Yeah.
Also helps you generate Primal Rage very quickly by catching so many people at once.
The ability to just sit up on top of the shuttle and just go after whatever door they come through is pretty nice.
Yeah, also have the Graviton, so if the Diva goes low ground, you do have some issues sometimes.
Yep. Now they're trying to demech Rhea. That's been kind of the strategy. Demech Rhea and then get an easy grab. Well, there it is. Self-destruct to use. Stitch has his own personal shield to stay alive. Gonna do more damage. Yeah, gets
nice
a
grab.
free grab. Again, Bebe trapped in there as well. Rhea demeched almost instantly. Now the grab comes in, and it's gonna bring out the sound barrier on the Vancouver side. Repelled down. They're still gonna keep pushing though. That payload's still moving.
Titan's just so smart. I mean, what do you say? Like, they know they have the grab self-destruct combo available. So Janu is tracking Godspeed to make sure he can't use the grab, and they focus the Diva bomb, or the Diva, so she has to use bomb.
Yep.
And then they don't have combo anymore.
Pretty much. Yeah, they really know how to pick apart a 3-3 comp. That said, Hangzhou Spark coming back with another great Gushui Primal Rage. It's definitely something that he's been known for a long time, and it will deliver the Spark a little bit more of a defensive edge.
Yeah, Gushui, very good use of Primal Rage on these two pushes right now. He's getting it very quickly again. That defensive advantage when you're playing the Winston on these chokes is pretty significant in terms of ult development and ult charging.
Yeah, 1:30 left on the clock now for the Titans to try to keep pushing here.
They switched to Bumper on the Reinhardt, which means that Spark knows they're going to come out of a lower door, which means Gushui can tickle them from above, drop down like you're seeing, and generate a ton of ult charge.
Speaking of
He's
ult
nearly
charge,
at another ult already. Look at that, 65%.
Yep. Godsby, meanwhile, at 99% for his grab. He's got it now. Trying to find a time to use that. They've got the rally. They've got the extra armor. Stitch, who takes a lot of damage. Gonna be a rally from Vancouver Titans to try to help equalize on the extra health. A minute remaining. That's the grab just thrown from on high. Here comes the self-destruct from Rhea. And he kills on that one. No, not quite. Meanwhile, Janu does finish off Godsby. And what would be, theoretically, the final fight of Point B, it looks like it's going to be Titans pushing it through to the next one.
Yeah, definitely. Stitch still has a Graviton, too, so plenty to clean up with, but there will be no more defense from the Spark.
Yep.
Spark need to be careful about getting split spawn right here.
Only 2 minutes for them.
Oh, that's
Vancouver
that.
Titans.
Godsby he was split spawn, so he had to just pitch himself off the edge. And now the spawn camping is going to begin because Titans know that they have this advantage, pushing them back all the way into those spawn doors to get some extra movement on the payload.
Yep. They get a good bit of distance immediately. Can they finish, though? Not a lot of time left. And Spark with a lot of ultimates. Gushui going in, getting aggressive. That's another Primal Rage right away. They're going to roast Bumper, too. So Bumper dropping almost instantly. Now, what can Titans do? They're going to actually dedicate the grab despite Bumper being down. There's a self-destruct. Godsby taken out. That was a kill onto Rhea's mech as well. So Spark actually reeling from that reverse 5v6.
Yeah, I don't think the Spark realized that the Titans were going to go for that because IDK didn't use a sound barrier to protect his team from the bomb.
You got to check the stats, man. I mean, Titans has one of the highest win rates after their main tank dies of any team out there in Stage 1. It's just what they do. They're not worried about Bumper dying.
That's right, still got grab bomb combo. Let's go, they say.
Yep. Let's do it. Sound barrier, going to wait that one out a little bit from the Titan side. Shields start expiring now. IDK in a little bit of trouble. Going to turn around for the Shatter. Did get Bebe with that one. Now self-destruct comes in for Rhea. It catches Stitch. Unfortunately for the Titans, they're going to try to keep pushing forward with that Transcendence, but it looks like that's where the push is going to stop for now. 30 seconds remaining, and the Titans need to disengage to try to group up for one more.
One final push is all they're going to have.
Yep.
No ultimates available to them immediately. He is going to remech and spawn right now.
Now they might not finish the attack here. Only 10 seconds left. They're going to need to be really aggressive with it.
Yeah, Titans are just poking for ult charge right now. That's why they're taking so long. Slow pushing in.
Yep. All right. Godspeed's grab could save the day here. Janu getting demeched. That's a problem for the Titans. Now another grab comes in. That's going to be it. They are not going to complete the attack here on Gibraltar. The grab not really getting the Titans anything, and so the Spark managed to stop the Repel. Just going to say, I'm gonna live as long as I can here. Janu can't quite get there.
This party's in on the payload.
Yep, that's right. And so the Spark hold the Titans just shy of taking all 3 points on Gibraltar.
Yeah, pretty respectable defense at the end there from the Spark too.
Sure.
Had some trouble there on point A, but stabilized on point B and point C. Prevented the Titans from running all the way through the map. Nice plays by Gouchway in particular.
Yep. Yeah, Gouchway, I think, really kind of saved the day with some of those primal rages, and that's something that he's been known for a long time.
Yeah, had a really good counter shatter on that last Graviton Surge too, just to make sure that Stitch wasn't going to be able to deal any damage and somehow steal the map away from them.
Yep. That said, Gibraltar point C can be kind of tricky to push through sometimes, and Titans got it nearly all the way there. So as far as winning a map goes, the Spark definitely not out of the woods just yet. They still need to have a good attack themselves to at least come away with a 1-3 loss instead of an 0-4 loss.
Yeah, worth noting too that in terms of playoff seeding, as our analysts were mentioning during the halftime, it looks like it's, based on strength of schedule, it looks like it's possible that we could have multiple teams go 7-0 once again during this stage. And considering that San Francisco Shock is currently sitting at 2-0 at a +8 map score, meaning they've won every map, this actually does matter to the Titans.
Yeah, that is true. That's a good point. In that a map loss here could mean the difference between like first, second, possibly even third seed at the end of the stage with the way some of the schedules are kind of shaking out.
Titans still definitely wanting to win this one, especially since this is their first match of the stage. Might as well get the 4-0 clean sweep early on and set themselves up for success down the road.
Hangzhou definitely doesn't want to start their stage 0-4 in their first match.
Yeah, it's interesting, the schedules that we have, because obviously we did get to see Shock versus Titans and NYXL versus Titans during the regular stage play, or NYXL versus Shock, rather. But we're not going to see any of those matchups between NYXL, Shock, and Titans this stage, in fact.
That's right.
Obviously, Shock versus NYXL, since they're in opposite divisions, will only happen once during the course of the season. And Titans versus NYXL doesn't happen until August, and the Titans Shock rematch doesn't happen this stage.
Yep. Yeah, pretty much. Vancouver Titans playing this one very passively, actually. Giving a lot of ground over to Spark. They're not going to fight it out in server either with that Winston 3-3 composition. Bumper, definitely a lot lower in the ult percentage than Gouchway right now. And Godspeed really exceeding Stitch, too, as far as the Zarya ultimates coming in, too. So Spark with the advantage here. It's going to be the sound barrier, though, for the Titans as they get aggressive. They got the stun to Gouchway for a moment, couldn't complete the kill. He's going to Primal Rage, though. Godspeed waiting for a chance to use that grab. They might not even need it with a kill onto Bumper already. All right, they're going to use the grab anyway.
Repel's going to have a party in it with the Transcendence.
Right. Why not? Party in the grab. Bumper's back again. Getting really close to his ultimate now. Janu just popping that self-destruct to get his mech back again. Bumper with the Primal Rage. Here's where they try to turn it around. Stitch, again, grab ready to go. But Bumper down. Bebe gets the kill. They're going to grab anyway. But Bebe does have the Transcendence. Nice double kill from Rhea to finish off this fight and take point A.
There you go. Quick point A for the Hangzhou Spark, winning the only real team fight of that entire point after focusing on the high ground. They got a lot of time for themselves now. Godspeed trying to get a little bit of extra ult charge by firing through some of these doorways. Gouchway already positioned on top of the shuttle to cover these entrances, and they are in a prime position now on what is a very difficult point B to attack.
Gouchway has just been building his ultimate so much faster than Bumper has in this round, too. Already up to 67%. Bumper down at 9. Well, I guess he swapped to Reinhardt now. So never mind. Never mind. On the Winston, he was. Reinhardt, different story.
Low. Forces Trance.
All right, yeah, Trance trying to keep people up. Gouchway gets a sound barrier. There's another grab coming in from Spark. They're going to get Stitch. So Stitch struggling a little bit on this Zarya today. Rhea and Adora down, but Gushui already with that Primal Rage, not letting Reinhardt really charge where he wanted to. He's going to get juggled to death. Oh, maybe he's not. He's got the sound barrier. Actually, that barrier came in just in time to save Bumper.
Yeah, shuttle's still moving though, so payload has been en route this whole time. They are going to get Adora back with a rally for this next fight.
Okay.
Not a lot available to the Titans right now. Godsby winning the charge race just barely for his Graviton Surge compared to Stitch.
Yep. So will they wait for Stitch's grab before using the self-destruct? That's the question here.
Do they know that Repel doesn't have trance?
No, they won't. We'll see. Oh, they caught Adora with that self-destruct. That's rough for the Spark, but now the Titans trying to follow up. Bebe is behind them. Stitch, though, gets the damage done onto Gushui. And so, that's going to be a hold now for the Vancouver Titans, and it's a long walk back to where the payload is now. This does get a little bit tricky for the attacker if the payload stops here.
Yeah, sure, but they're also running the Reinhardt, so upper doorways are not easily defendable, so Hangzhou Spark can play upper, and that's what they're going to do against the Reinhardt. Does make it a lot easier on the attacking team.
That works. All right, so the Titans waiting for Spark to rotate through now. Stitch just has not had a lot of charge on that Zarya, it seems like, for the entire map.
Does have the Graviton, though. Both teams have grab and trance, so probably nothing going to happen out of these grabs.
All right, first grab comes in. There's a trance from Repel as well. Stitch uses his grab, too. They're going to try it. All right. Ooh, nice Earth Shatter from Bumper, but again, oh, they do get the kill on Nadora. Okay. Follow-up's looking at that. There's a 3K. You turned your back on the self-destruct. You can't do that. Oh, Rhea bailing his team out, and that's going to be B.
Wow. Very nicely done. So Hangzhou Spark managed to get the big self-destruct kill.
Yep.
After the trance goes out, Hawksall split spawn. Everybody going to have to pitch themselves over the side. Bumper's going to take the express route via the charge.
Yeah, why not, man? I mean, you don't want to have to try to run back around the corner, use up more time. Why not just respawn back?
Maybe get lucky and take somebody with you.
True enough. Yeah.
Not lucky this time, though. Hangzhou Spark, though, still plenty of time. Very winnable map for them.
I would say so, yeah. They've got a lot in the bank coming into C. Good ultimate percentages as well. And they seem to really have Titan's number on this map anyway. All right, sound barrier now for both teams. Slugging it out. Gushui's Primal Rage ending. He does not have a lot of health remaining. Can they chase him down? Maybe. Maybe not. Graviton Surge, goodbye Stitch again. They've been catching him so many times with that grab, and that's one of the reasons why Stitch has been so low percentage. Repel just not getting his Transcendence in time.
Yeah, he was at like 97% during that grab, so not a really good reaction, but Hangzhou playing around that window seriously well. Now it looks like they may just win this map.
They might. I think it's looking pretty likely at this point. Repel still has the Transcendence available. The rally used by Vancouver to try to get a little bit of purchase on the point. There's the grab. Hawksall takes out IDK. Rhea with the self-destruct, but this time, no 3K. Bumper gets a charge kill onto Rhea before he can remech. And that will be a hold.
Hawksall made the plays there, by the way. That was a very impressive display. I mean, they got the stun onto Rhea before he could remech, and then Bumper charged him. So, self-destruct thrown out there, but no value from it.
Yeah.
Still a minute 20, though, so Hangzhou Spark coming up with some ultimates that could help them. Plenty of time to charge up Godsby's Graviton Surge before this map ends.
You can also never count out Spark when Gushui is about to have his Primal Rage, too, so.
Big plays incoming.
It's also something to think about. All right, here we go. Primal Rage from Gushui. Trying to get something done with that. Rhea D-Mech, though. Not the start that Spark would have wanted. They've got under a minute to try to finish this one.
Yeah, they need to play for ultimate charge right now, then reset.
Yeah, they're backing up. Okay. Oh, Godsby down. That's a nice stagger for the Titans.
Yeah, they've got time, though. So the idea there, doesn't matter if Rhea dies, he needs to remech anyway. The idea there was they're sacrificing the Zarya energy for Godsby, but they need to get the ult charge up as much as possible. So they forced the Titans to eliminate him. However, Repel now has the trance, so the window may have closed for the Hangzhou Spark. We'll see what they can do on a final push.
Well, Titans certainly have a massive ult advantage. They're nearing 6 ultimates at the moment.
So it should be a slow push from the Spark. They don't need to play fast right now. They need to play slow.
All right.
Stun onto Godspeed. That's actually huge. Wastes time where he could be charging his ult.
Yeah, true enough. Didn't get any kills out of it, though. The rallies come in for both sides. We're into OT now. Hangzhou Spark desperately trying to get at least one map win here, but there's the grab for the Titans. Here comes the self-destruct for Janu. Can't force a shield out of the way, but he does get the charge kill on Adora. Bebe's trance ends now. Repel uses his to keep his team alive. Counter Shatter comes in from the Titans. IDK out of the way. Both Lucios, in fact, going down. Rhea, D-Mac, things starting to look pretty good for the Vancouver Titans to complete this 4-0. Overtime expires, and that will be it. A spark, certainly showing a spark of life at the end of that one, but it will be the Titans with a 4-0.
I think IDK was actually stunned out of his sound barrier in that last one. Didn't quite see how that one ended, but regardless, the Vancouver Titans with a huge ult advantage, and they will use it to close out that map.
Not bad. Not a bad result for the Vancouver Titans. They thrilled, they entertained us. They got the 4-0.
As is their want, though. As is their want. I mean, you look at that scoreboard and you think, wow, some of those maps look really close until you realize that map 2 was like a 4-minute time bank on Hanamura to 0 minutes, and it was the fastest Kings Row ever, and they spent a lot of the time just playing with their food. So
exactly. Well,
numbers don't tell the whole story, do they?
They don't always. Sometimes you gotta watch. Always you gotta watch. Entertaining series, though. Rough start for the Hangzhou Spark, but a team, just like with the Charge, I'm going to say it again, these two teams, a lot of individual talent on them. They just got to get the cohesion going. For now, though, we have Danny standing by with Stitch for some thoughts on that match.
Thank you guys very much. What is up, everybody? I am here with Stitch from Vancouver Titans. Everybody, give it up for Stitch. Yeah! Congratulations. Great job today. Now, during halftime, I actually got to talk to your team, and they told me that the transition to the new meta was actually, it wasn't difficult at all, thanks to talented players just like yourself. Stitch, how are you liking this new meta? 자, 제가 해프타임 때 팀과 좀 얘기를 나눠봤는데 이번 뉴 메타의 적응이 굉장히 빨랐다고 했어요. 그 중에 하나가 스티치 선수 같이 좀 쟁쟁한 딜러들이 많아서 굉장히 편하게 좀 잘 적응했다라고 했는데 스티치 선수, 이번 메타 좀 어떠신가요?
전이랑 똑같은데 약간 루시우만 느려진 3-3인 것 같아요.
So I feel like there's not a lot of difference. It's still, we're still running a lot of 3-3 composition, but just the fact that Lucio is a little bit slower. But we did see you play some DPS heroes, and you're a DPS main. How did it feel to just be on stage and play in front of all your fans? 자, 그리고 아까 또 방금 3-3 조합에 대해서 좀 얘기를 하셨는데 그래도 또 딜러이시잖아요. 그래도 굉장히 잘하는 딜러신데 이렇게 무대에서 좀 이렇게 좀 많은 영웅들 쓰고 또 팬들 앞에서 좀 이렇게 좋은 모습을 보여주는 거에 대해서 좀 어떠세요? 기분 좋으신가요?
오랜만에 나와서 했는데 살짝 긴장한 거 말고는 괜찮은 것 같아요.
So actually, it's been a while since I've taken on stage, and so I was a little bit nervous, but I think I did okay. You didn't do okay. You did great. Right, everybody? Stitch was great? 너무 잘하셨어요. Next question. With today's win, you guys are still undefeated, 0 losses. Stitch, can anyone or any team put a stop to your winning streak? 자, 오늘의 승리 또 한 번 더 이 연승을 계속 이어가고 있는데 스티치 선수, 과연 어떤 팀이 우리 밴쿠버 타이탄즈를 막을 수 있을까요?
생각해봤는데 없는 것 같아요.
I actually really put in a lot of thought to this. I don't think there's any team that could stop us. All right, cool. Thank you, everybody. Give it up for Stitch one more time. Monty and Doa, back to you guys.
Thanks, Danny. I could tell he really did put a lot of thought into that response. I don't think so.
I mean, hard to argue with him, too. To be fair, the Vancouver Titans, ever since they were runaway, have been on a winning streak since last summer. So that was their 18th consecutive win, I believe.
That's pretty crazy. They can't keep getting away with it.
They will.
I think they will for a while. That's right. Let's take a look at our player of the match by Omen by HP. It's Twilight. That's right, the flex support superstar playing some great honor today. Look at
there we go. There's the sleep that
right out of the res.
I thought I saw, and I did indeed see.
Indeed. Sleep darts aplenty. And Twilight just had a superstar day. It was so good, in fact, he got to sit the last map out. But
that's right.
That did not remove him from the possibility of being the player of the match.
I think he deserved a rest. He put everyone else to sleep, but there you go. Give him the crouch.
Bit of the crouch in there. All right, well, spectacular Ana play.
I mean,
21 enemies slept, yeah.
21 final blows to 9 deaths. I know Captain Planet, our stats wizard, was very happy with that line. Really impressive stuff from a player for sure.
If he hits you with that sleep dart, you die. That's what we can get away from that one, right? That's right. Wow, what a interesting series to watch. We definitely kind of saw the. It was fun. I love some crazy stuff. Yeah, bumpers, Farah. Can't wait to see what DPS Hero he pulls out next. That's the next big question. But we're not done yet, guys. We have one more match to go. It's going to be the Washington Justice versus the Chengdu Hunters. You thought Fun Overwatch was done for today? No, it's not done. There's going to be another match. Stick around. See you then.
The Overwatch League is brought to you by Toyota, official North American partner of the Overwatch League. Toyota, let's go places.